Would you have the skills to take this hostage shot if you got put in the same situation? In today's real life gunfight caught on video, we're going to look at an officer's badge cam footage to find out if you could make the same hostage shot that this officer did to save a life. If you don't know me yet, my name is Caleb Lee. I am the #1 best-selling author of Concealed Carry 101, and I'm also the founder of Patriot Training Center, where we teach live gun training courses to people just like you who want to learn how to defend themselves and their loved ones with pistols, rifles, and shotguns. So we're going to get into today's clip, and just a forewarning here, this is police badge cam footage. And I bring that up because I am not a military, I'm not police. I didn't serve in any of those capacities at all. And I found a Patriot Training Center for people specifically like myself who were just regular, everyday Americans who kind of grew up around guns or whatever it is, but have decided to train themselves to a level of skill that's far beyond most people that own a gun so that I can defend myself and my family. And that's everything that we do at Patriot Training Centers for home defense and concealed carry. But we can learn a lot from these police incidents that happen. Now, I bring that up because we're going to be looking at badge cam footage here. And this is in no way me like armchair quarterbacking this whole thing. But what is interesting is that because most police are wearing badge cams these days, we get a lot of these officer involved shootings that we can learn a lot from. So this is one that is very recent that has been going around the internet, and it comes to us from Florida. Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office released this video, and they released it pretty quick after this happened. And the news story, or kind of the post that they put along with this, was that there was a domestic violence call and where a 7-year-old child was being choked by an armed suspect. So when deputies arrived, this armed suspect had barricaded himself and the child inside the room. Deputies heard the child screaming for help, and we're going to see what happens here. So I'll go ahead and play this clip here.
Hey, Sheriff's Office, make yourself known. Sheriff's Office, make yourself known.
Just almost send the kid out.
Send the child out, please. Stay in the child. Bring the child out of the room. Drop the knife and bring the child out of the room. Drop the knife, bring the child out of the room. Let me see your hands right now.
You're gonna
Let
get
me see your
shot.
hands.
You are gonna get
Let me
shot.
see your hands right now. Let me see your hands right now. Let me see your hands right now. I'll kill you. I'll kill you. Drop the knife. Drop it. Come on, baby. Come on.
All right, so there we have it. So amazing, excellent job there. One shot, the whole situation was over, and the child's life was saved. So when I saw this, even though, like I said, it's a police officer involved shooting, you wouldn't think there's immediately, maybe it's not applicable to us in the civilian context, but I think there is. So I think one thing that's very important here is, this type of hostage type situation, this could be something that any one of us could run into, whether that's home defense or, even a street crime. Somebody could get their hands on your child or something that you love before you could respond, or what's going on, or maybe you're separated, you're out in public. We're not always together with the people that we love out in public, and so there very well could be some type of hostage situation that we would have to make a very tight shot from any number of distances. But in this case, it's actually pretty interesting because even though this is relatively close range, we're in the half the width of a room basically. I think marksmanship is something that most people don't appreciate, especially in this scenario here. Many of us are using red dots on their guns these days. I'm definitely using a red dot on my gun. This guy has a red dot equipped pistol. This officer here, you can see it. And at these close distances, anything with in home defense range, basically all of our houses, you're going to have some offset. So you need to practice with your red dot equipped pistol, or if you have a rifle that's got a red dot too, you need to know about that mechanical offset and where that bullet's actually going to land at what distances and where your red dot is zeroed. So this officer had excellent aim. It also appears that he had a flashlight with a laser attached. More of a thing for police, much more important for them. They have to go into dark places looking for people, but a lot of people have lights on their home defense guns as well. But just an excellent job of him putting the shot where it needed to go in the right way. So I think that's something that we can learn from it, and really just his calmness under pressure. You heard him try to tell the guy to come out with the kid, and then as soon as they heard that child crying, that's when he knew it was time to make the entry there, and he still had to kick his way in, and there was a barricade in front of the door, and then he continued to give me verbal commands, and then when he had the shot, he took that shot, and it only took one bullet, and he put the guy down. This also makes me think of one thing that we make sure that people do is that they're set up with the proper concealed carry, home defense. If you're going to use a gun for defensive purposes, that you have the proper ammunition. So with handguns, they're actually pretty poor at stopping people. So it's important to have training ammo, regular FMJ full metal jacket ammo that you use at the range for target shooting. But for defensive purposes, jacketed hollow point, from one of the brands that we recommend, usually that's Spear Gold Dot or Federal HST. These are barrier blind ammunition. As we saw in this one, kind of a unique situation. This guy had both a looked like a motorcycle type helmet on, and you could see that he also had some type of vest on. So the comments online, I'm not sure if this is verified by the police report or whatever, but it could have been a bulletproof type vest. So really, the only place to place this shot to get the effect that we want, and we get this whole situation to stop very quickly, is to put it there in the brainstem in the face. And even with this helmet in the way, barrier blind ammunition did the job. It looks like in this case, it was able to punch through that barrier, and then the bullet went in there and did the job that it was supposed to do to stop the threat there. So those are some things that immediately stood out to me about what we could learn from this, even in a civilian defensive kind of paradigm. There's a lot of things that we can learn from these officer involved shootings, and a lot of ways that we can think about what would I do in those types of situations, and how can I better prepare myself to be for that. So for me, again, that's making sure that I know the zero, where is my bullet hit, where am I aiming, and where is that bullet actually hitting at these different distances. Extremely important at close distances, especially when you're using a red dot on your handgun. Making sure that you have proper defensive ammo that's going to be barrier blind and do the job that it's supposed to do, because obviously this guy was wearing a helmet, could be out in public. We see this overseas a lot, not so much here in the US, but a lot of these guys are on the back of motorbikes and they got helmets on and stuff like that. Or as you see here, this guy was wearing a bulletproof vest on this thing. So when you should properly take that headshot, this is definitely one of those situations where the child was at risk here and covering up most of the torso anyways. So even if he wasn't wearing that bulletproof vest or whatever, a headshot would be appropriate here. So making sure you can hit those targets at those different distances, right? This is a very common distance here. We're within 3 to 5 yards here is what this appears to be. And that's where a lot of the bulk of our training should be. But of course, there's going to be those situations where you may have to be shooting at a further distance. So practicing with your gun, knowing where those bullets hit, and using proper defensive ammunition. So that's kind of my takeaways from this, and taking decisive action. And it just makes me think, if I was presented with a situation, would I have the skills to be able to do that? So that's all we're about here at Patriot Training Center. We do home defense, concealed carry. That's our total focus for the civilian. So if that's something you're interested in, you can visit us at patriottrainingcenter.com, or you can click the link in the description below, and you can even schedule a call to talk to me and see if our training is right for you. With that, you let me know what you think in the comments, and I will see you in the next video.